organized by three agencies: Department of Transportation, Mayor's Office of International Affairs, and Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs. We have a great collection of consulates to UN, represented by a host of consuls general from across the hemisphere, from North America all the way down to the bottom of South America, as well as the Caribbean. Commissioner Rodriguez will be the MC. We should have about 5 speakers. That's the 3 commissioners, followed by a representative of Latin America and a representative of the Caribbean. And afterwards, we'll be joined by El Mariachi Tapatio, a great mariachi band, to close out the program. And we'll take a few photos. Each nation and territory represented with emblems from Canal Street up to 59th Street is also represented on this board here, and they're all in the press release as well. So with that, I will turn this over to Commissioner Adonis Rodriguez, who, upon taking his position at DOT, made it a top priority for both DOT and the Adams administration to restore these medallions to what they once greatly adorned the stretch of Avenue of the Americas. So with that, please.
Thank you, Scott, and I would like to invite everyone from my team at DOT or anyone from any organization that would like also to be, you can stay where you are, but if you also want to be behind us, more than happy if you decide to. First of all, let me say thank you to Will and the great team here who are working with the sound system. Let's give them a big round of applause. You know, to the great workers at DOT, 6,000 men and women. You know, as we are speaking right now, I was in Riverdale, Waldon Street, and I took the photo as I saw the crew led by Irene, you know, repaving Waldon Street and the Avenue. So as we are holding this press conference here, you know, DOT, and I always say a good percentage about this conversation, this great project, reimagining the use of public space. But the larger percent of these agencies, the sidewalk, is the roadway, is the light pole, is the signal, is the ferry, is 800 bridges in total. We are only 350 square miles in New York City. We run the more complex transportation system in the whole globe. We had to accommodate a space for pedestrians, for cyclists, for those who are building luxury buildings, for those who are building affordable housing, those who require hundreds of thousands of permits to use the sidewalk. So it's nice to be here again in this agency, pushing on under the leadership of Mayor Eric Adams, the reimagination of public space, more open street, more car-free day, more summer street, more pedestrian plaza. The new millennium who now go through Times Square, they take it for granted, the visitor, that Times Square has been always a place for people to walk. No, that used to be just for cars. It is in the last decade, after Mayor Bloomberg, Commissioner Janet, that we built the first Times Square plaza, the first plaza in New York City. So again, first I want to acknowledge, say thank you to, you know, the first Deputy Commissioner that worked with me shoulder to shoulder, who run all operations, Margaret Fujoni, for the great job that she does running our agency. So come to the front if you don't mind. So, you know, I'm so lucky to have a great team. The other person here that I have with me is the person that oversees that we do at DOT on pushing new bill, you know, at the state, in the city, at the federal level, who oversee everything that has to do with our strategic plan that we're working right now that will be ready next year. Julie Barrow, who is also the person who is, a big applause to her, you know, who is my other person, a part of my team, who work with us, and then Polo Chor, who is not here, who also the great friend, who is my deputy commissioner that oversee everything on administration, from HR, for grants, for in finance. So this is the team at DOT. So on behalf of Mayor Eric Adams, I want to say thank you to the great partner that we have, you know, in DOT, all the interagency colleagues that you will hear from them. Everyone do a great job. Mayor Adams said very clear, we get stuff done, and he really meant it. And he's the most progressive mayor when it comes to getting things done. So I also want to be sure that we acknowledge that we are standing here today only under a leadership of someone like Hearn, a little kid at that time in 1983 that came here to wash dishes not far away at 6th Avenue and West 4, and then doing sandwiches at 55 Water Street, now can be leading the largest, the most complex transportation system in the whole globe here in New York City. So again, I want to acknowledge, how someone like Mayor Adams have been able to see people who never were seen before with all the contribution that we can make leading important agencies. I want to say thank you to Xiomara Cabrera, Ricardo, also for the great job that they did it. And of course, that we also were here for the great performance of our great brothers and sisters from Mexico, a great mariachi tapatio. Let's give all of them a big round of applause. My name is Danny Rodriguez on behalf of Mayor Eric Adams. I'm proud to be serving as the Commissioner of the New York City Department of Transportation. It's wonderful morning, right? Nice weather to celebrate the rich cultural and heritage of people from across America. Many times our people are on the attack, but we have a mayor that stand up, that believe that we are a resilient city, that we embrace our culture, and this is what this event stands for today. And to do so today, standing in Duarte Square, I cannot hide it. As a Dominican American, it's nice to be here too. That started there is the father of the Dominican Republic, and as we will have the seal of the Medallion of the United States, among those that we have from 59th Street and 6th Avenue, I'm also proud to say that also we have a Dominican medallion there at the corner. Yes, I celebrate and embrace the culture of everyone. No one had to deny themselves their culture. Sergio, who brought a mariachi performance here, he said in Times Square, sometimes we talk about the melting pot. It means that we are only one group, one culture. And he say, el pepino no tiene que dejar de ser pepino. El tomate no tiene que dejar de ser tomate. Each vegetable, they don't have to lose who they are. Together, they make a great salad. So this is our culture, this is the value of each of single culture that everyone represents here that made New York City the best city in the whole world. I'm proud to be joined by my fellow Commissioner Edward Mermenstein from the Mayor's Office of International Affairs. My brothers here too, Commissioner Castro from the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs. I also like to recognize again the great job that Ed Pink, the Manhattan Borough Commissioner, he does great. Thank you, Ed, for the great work that you do. The support that we got from all the elected officials, the Manhattan, from downtown to uptown to get these things done. We have a numbers of Consul General from Jamaica, Christopher Benjamin, Marlon Cholchain from Trinidad Tobago, Tom Clark from Canada, Elias Cohen from General of Panama, Tiago de Faria Miranda, Deputy Consul General of Brazil, Luis Dominguez, Consul General of Paraguay, Daniel Erazo, Consul General of El Salvador, Brenda Esquivel Gonzalez, Vice Consul General of Costa Rica, Jeremiah Yatzins, Consul General of San Luis, Santa Lucia, and George Islas Lopez, Consul General of Mexico, Geraldo Iso, Consul of Political Affairs of Consul General of Mexico, Marisa Landaberry, Consul General of Peru, Marco Machiaco, Consul General of Bolivia, Rondi McIntosh, Consul General of San Vincent and Grenadines, Andrés Mejía Pisano, Consul General of Colombia, Guillermo Olivares, Deputy Consul General of Argentina, Cindy Paz Lopez, Consul General of Guatemala, Sunil Sitaldin, Ambassador Permanent Missioner of Suriname, Giovanna Sanelli, Deputy Consul General of Peru, Gabriela Ordizo, Consul General of Uruguay, Eligio Jaques, Consul General of the Dominican Republic, Jaime Hermina Castillo, Ambassador of Nicaragua, great friend of mine since the 1980. We know what was organizing in the 1980 for all the good cause, and here we are in different roles, so it's nice to see you, Jaime. Radafiel Rodriguez, Representative Ambassador of the Dominican Republic to the UN, Leroy Mayor, Consul General of Bahamas. Again, some of them are here, all they are in their way, but a big round of applause to all them for the great job that they do. We are honored by the representation again of our great Commissioner of International Affairs, who will say a few words in a few minutes. From where we stand here today and continue up to 59th Street, the Avenue Las Americas is now adorned with nearly 200 new medallions installed this year, representing 43 nations and territories across Latin America, the Caribbean, and North America. I got to say thank you also to Ricardo Villarine from Telemundo 47, because I know that this conversation about the need to restore medallion, it was something that we were having before I was thinking about dreaming that I could be a commissioner of DOT. This conversation happened many times as I was a council member and Ricardo was covering news in our city. So thank you, Ricardo, also for being advocating with this today. Gerson Borrero also and other Professor Lehman College, many students. And they work so hard advocating to reinstall those medallions here. 6th Avenue was renamed Avenue of las Américas, Avenida de las Américas, by Mayor LaGuardia in 1945 to celebrate the diversity of the Americas and the ideal and principle that bring all of us together. At a time when immigrants is on the attack, and Mayor Adams, rightfully so, is calling for the federal government to provide more funding to the city of New York so that we can keep supporting our immigrant brothers and sisters. Being here today is a symbolic way to tell everyone in the United States, from the Northeast to the West Coast, this country has been built by immigrants. And today, with the medallion that we are restoring from Canal Street to 59th Street, we all in New York City embrace all culture that made New York City so strong as we are. The first medallion was installed in 1959. And at one point, there were hundreds, but they were not maintained over time. And eventually, many have to be removed for safety issues. The Adams administration saw this as an issue of equitable representation. And we decided the medallion will be raised and restored. And we are finishing today with the medallion that brings all of us together to, beside all countries of the region, the medallion of the United States of America that also stands here in this corner. The final product is what you see here and look great, allowing New Yorkers and visitors to get a real sense of why 6th Avenue is called the Avenue de las Americas. I want to sincerely thank DOT Transportation Planning and Management Team for the great work. Anthony Galvan, David R. Simmons, and William Lee, as well as one of DOT Blacksmith, Frank Conant, Tomás Madera. Let's give them a big round of applause. They're the one that did the work to get these things done. From our bridges team, I would also like to thank Aníbal Valles and Ferdinand John. I would like to also thank Tomás Garita, DOT Executive Director for Strategic Communication, who have worked on this initiative since day one under the leadership of Nick and also Julie Barrow. Thank you, as well as Nick Pettinari, our Deputy Director of Urban Design. I say before, I want also to say a special thank to our Manhattan Commissioner Ed Payne and our great Deputy Commissioner in our agency, Margaret Fujoni. So to all of them, thank you. And I would like to thank all organizations that were here today celebrating this important finish of reinstalling the last medallion that we started installing at 42nd Street. We went from 59 Columbus Circle all the way down here. Hoy, en 2 minutes, hoy estamos aquí en un momento muy importante donde nosotros estamos reinstalando los medallones que simbolizan la cultura de la región de la lengua hispana, la región de la lengua inglesa, la región de la lengua de portugués. So, desde Brasil, Canadá, Estados Unidos, a todos los países de la región, English and Spanish Caribbean, we are only one family. Y hoy estamos aquí celebrando la cultura de cada uno de nosotros. Cuando los niños, los nietos, los bisnietos caminen por aquí de nuevo, van a saber que la cultura de cada uno de los países de nosotros están representadas en la Avenida de las Américas y que solamente hay una ciudad en el mundo donde una persona como yo que vine a lavar plato, a taxiar, a hacer sándwich en el mismo edificio de donde ahora yo dirijo el departamento de transportación más complejo de la ciudad de Nueva York, puede entender lo que es equity junto al alcalde Eric Garden. Que hoy estamos trabajando para asegurarnos que Nueva York, en un momento donde muchas veces los inmigrantes están bajo ataques, y el alcalde Eric Garden pidiendo con todo su derecho que el gobierno federal le mande los fondos que necesita la ciudad para seguir teniendo los recursos necesarios para que esos niños que acaban de llegar, no importa si son de África, de Asia, de Ucrania o de América Latina, sigan teniendo los servicios que merecen. Entonces, para mí, en nombre del alcalde Eric Garden, es un día muy importante donde estamos hoy terminando de reinstalar los medallones que vienen desde la calle 59 hasta acá. No lo puedo esconder, yo defiendo la cultura de todos porque somos una familia, pero nací en un pequeño territorio que en cultura y en valores muy grandes, que es nuestra República Dominicana. Entonces, tener aquí el medallón de Estados Unidos, pero también poder tener el de República Dominicana, comenzando en la Sexta Avenida y Canal Street, terminar en la Plaza Duarte, para mí es muy orgullo especial. De la misma forma que celebramos a Charly García con nuestro hermano argentino, de la misma forma que hicimos México en tu corazón, que hicimos la celebración de los muertos más grande que se ha hecho en Times Square junto con los comisionados. Estar aquí hoy también diciéndole a todas nuestras hermanas y hermanos inmigrantes o descendientes de inmigrantes de diferentes idiomas, de que solamente somos uno, para mí es una oportunidad que Dios nos da. A pocos bloques de aquí yo vine a lavar plato en la Sexta Avenida y la calle 4. Hoy, de la misma forma que dirijo el departamento de transportación más complejo del mundo, los inmigrantes que acaban de llegar van a ser los doctores que nos van a curar, van a ser los ingenieros y arquitectos que van a construir, van a ser los próximos comisionados, van a ser los próximos presidentes, y es por eso tan importante que sigamos apoyando al alcalde Eric Garden cuando él pide que el gobierno federal le mande los fondos que necesita la ciudad de Nueva York para poder seguir apoyando a nuestras hermanas y hermanos de todos los países que vienen aquí. Así que ahora para mí, nosotros de nuevo, es muy importante el poder terminar de esta gran celebración, y ahora lo llamamos entonces comisionado Mermenstein, que es el comisionado de International Affairs, para que se dirija a ustedes también.
I want to start by thanking Commissioner Rodriguez for the amazing work that he's done, also for the beautiful weather that he chose for today. Thank you, Commissioner. I am extraordinarily lucky to be working with the commissioners that I'm standing next to. Commissioner Rodriguez and Castro have been nothing but professional and supportive to someone who has not been in government before, so thank you so much. I also want to thank the counselor community that's standing behind me. Largest diplomatic community in the world is right here in New York City, and we should be very, very grateful for having these wonderful people from all over the world representing their countries here in the United States and in New York City, and the United Nations, which is also a very, very important part of New York, without which our city would not be the same. So let me start by Excellencies, honored guests, members of the media. I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate a special moment, the completion of the restored Medallions along Avenue of the Americas. This fantastic project was a great partnership between New York City Department of Transportation, New York City's Mayor's Office for Immigrant Affairs, and my office, New York City's Mayor's Office for International Affairs. I want to thank the ambassadors, consuls general, consular representatives that are here today as well. This work would not have been possible without all of their work to make this happen. Thank you all. I also want to thank the staff of the Department of Transportation that are all here today, including the engineers, designers, staff at Immigrant Affairs, and my team for working on this project. These medallions remind us of our deep connection with the world and our neighbors across all of the Americas. They are a symbol of hope, despite today's challenges, and great reminders of our city's rich history as the home of immigrants. Our diversity is our strength, and now when people talk, or I should say walk, on the Avenue of the Americas, they will be greeted by the colorful coats of arms which represent the stories, struggles, and triumphs of the diverse countries and New York City's communities. Mayor Adams has been clear about his commitment to New York City's immigrant communities, and we are proud to work each day as part of his administration to support his vision for a better, safer, and more equitable New York. May these medallions inspire unity, understanding, and a deep appreciation of the immigrant spirit that shapes our fantastic city. Thank you all, and let's celebrate this amazing moment in New York City's history.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now let's hear from another brother, Commissioner Manuel Castro from the Immigrant Affairs.
Gracias, comisionado. Que se escuche, ¡que vivan las Américas! No. Mariachi, apóyanos. ¡Que vivan las Américas! ¡Que viva la ciudad de Nueva York! ¡Y que vivan los migrantes! Bueno, qué bueno que están los mariachis aquí para apoyarnos. Hoy empiezo en español, yo creo que es justo, ya que celebramos el hemisferio americano. Y como inmigrante, como mexicano, hoy me orgullece estar aquí con nuestras hermanas y hermanos del hemisferio para celebrar este proyecto, este gesto de parte de la ciudad de Nueva York, pero que sirva como un gesto de nuestro compromiso en trabajar juntos con todos los países de las Américas, en resolver los problemas que enfrentamos como la migración, la trata de humanos, pero igual para que todas las personas aquí en Nueva York y donde quiera que vivan tengan la oportunidad de llegar a sus sueños sin la necesidad de emigrar y poner sus vidas en riesgo. Así que hoy me orgullece estar aquí con el comisionado Rodríguez, con el comisionado Mermelstein, para celebrar y para otra vez levantar nuestras comunidades. El comisionado Rodríguez ya agradeció a todos, pero hoy me gustaría agradecerle al comisionado Rodríguez por dar prioridad a este proyecto y a todos los demás proyectos a favor de nuestras comunidades a través de la ciudad de Nueva York. Así que gracias, comisionado Rodríguez. Un aplauso, por favor, porque, como lo ha dicho el comisionado Rodríguez, es el sistema más complejo del país y en verdad del mundo. No es un trabajo fácil y darle la prioridad a este tipo de proyectos no ha sido la historia del departamento, así que tomó un comisionado con la experiencia que tiene el comisionado como migrante, como persona que reconoce la importancia de abrir esos espacios públicos para nuestra comunidad, para hacerlo. Así que gracias, comisionado. Lo voy a seguir reconociendo, vamos a seguir reconociendo a nuestras comunidades mientras nosotros estemos como comisionados, porque sabemos la importancia a nuestra gente, a nuestra comunidad, de verse reflexionados en el gobierno de la ciudad y reconocidos por sus aportaciones a nuestra gran ciudad. So quickly in Spanish and in English, today's gesture, I hope, serves as a commitment to working together as a hemisphere to solving some of the challenges that we face. Commissioner Rodriguez and Commissioner Mermelstein have mentioned the current humanitarian crisis that we're facing. New York City has welcomed over 130,000 asylum seekers in just a little bit over a year. And the mayor has said it himself in our visit to Latin America. We have to work together as brothers and sisters in the hemisphere to address the many issues that lead people to migrate. We want to make sure that, as the mayor often says, the American dream is accessible to all people and all immigrants who are arriving, but also to everyone wherever they might live, and so that they don't have to put their lives at risk and migrate. And so today, my hope is that it serves as a commitment to continuing to work together, and also a reminder that this is an international city. This is, after all, the capital of the world, and we'll continue to uplift and celebrate our communities while we're commissioners and working together. Thank you so much. Y gracias por el sol, comisionado.
Esos son nuestros ancestros nos están protegiendo, okay? You know, we're getting a nice weather because all the immigrants that have been part of this city, It's a reminder to all of us that you can be a 10th generational immigrant, but still, if you are not a Native American, everyone is an immigrant too. So I think that all the ancestors is giving all the, this nice weather that we are getting today. Now let's hear from Gabriela Ortizo, who is the Uruguayan Consul General, but also is the president of the Coalition of Latin American Consuls in New York City, to say a few words.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Coalition of Latin American Consuls, CLACNY, I would like to thank the Office of Mayor Eric Adams, as well as New York City Department of Transportation, Commissioner Idanis Rodriguez, Mayor Office for International Affairs, Commissioner Edward Melmerstein, and Mayor Office of Immigrant Affairs, Commissioner Manuel Castro, for the restoration of the medallions of our countries and their installation along the Avenue of the Americas. We as a group would like to express our gratitude and appreciation for that installation of the national medallions in one of the most important streets of this city that honor and recognize each of the Latin American countries and the contribution of their immigrant population to New York City. The first time that the national medallions appeared on the emblematic Avenue of the Americas was in 1959, and we highly value the decision to restore and bring them back to their initial beauty. New York City wouldn't be the cosmopolitan and diverse city that it is today if it wouldn't be for the immigrant population that helped to build this city with their culture, music, language, and cuisine. This restoration values all those immigrant contributions that New York City received over the years, as well as the unity and solidarity from its people. We applaud again the authorities for this wonderful idea to bring back a symbol of our Latin American countries to its initial glory and the possibility for all New Yorkers and the visitors to appreciate and admire the beauty of our national medallions. Muchísimas gracias a las autoridades de la ciudad de Nueva York por tener esta brillante idea de restaurar nuestros símbolos patrios en esta magnífica avenida. Gracias.
Thank you, Gabriela. Now let's hear from the Roy Mayor here representing Caracon and also from the Caribbean and the Consul General of Bahamas.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Commissioner, for this recognition of peoples from all over the world, but especially those who represent the Caribbean in this community. So on behalf of the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Philip Brave Davis, and more importantly, is that better? Thank you, sorry. More importantly, I also stand here to represent the chair of the Consular Corps, who unfortunately couldn't be here this morning, Mrs. Wilson, the chair of the Consul General for Jamaica, and all of the Consul Generals and colleagues of mine from across the Caribbean. We thank the Mayor's office, Mayor Adams and his office and his staff, for this wonderful recognition, recognizing the contribution that persons from the Caribbean in this community contribute on a daily basis. So again, Commissioner, thank you very much for having us. Thank you for this recognition, and may God bless America and the United States of America, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, if any of the other general counsel likes to say a few words, I think that Gabriela and Roy, they mark the time very short, if you can. And of course, I know that the General Consul of Dominican Republic in the State of Liberty is here. He already indicated to say a few words. So, say a few words, and the other General Consul, more than happy if you want to say a few words too.
Buenos días a todos y a todas. Estaba chequeando, algún escudo de una nación hispana tenía que ser el primero. Vamos a decir que a República Dominicana le tocó esa suerte. Pero en 1492, República Dominicana fue descubierta por la civilización hispana, que vino acá a nuestra región. Todavía faltaban más de 200 años para que esta gran nación iniciara como tal. Estados Unidos de Norteamérica, 1776. De modo que en el día de hoy, esta distinción que ha tenido el Departamento de Transporte de la Ciudad de Nueva York con todas nuestras naciones hispanas, es un reconocimiento que nosotros de corazón agradecemos en nombre de República Dominicana, y yo creo, sin equivocación, que hablo en nombre de todos los países hispanos que se han establecido acá en la ciudad de Nueva York. Muchísimas gracias a la Alcaldía y al Departamento de Transporte. Muchísimas gracias.
Si algún otro cónsul desea hacer una palabra, you have any general consul, the floor is yours. No? Great. So,
mientras se decide, no quiero causar una controversia, pero cónsul, creo la estatua de Benito Juárez tiene que ser más grande, ¿no? Todas las estatuas deberían de ser el mismo.
bueno, eso es lo que somos países ricos, construimos todo, y de nuevo, like, this is the future. So, ahora vamos, si no hay nada más, vamos a darle, estamos en cultura también, nuestros mariachi van a acompañarnos y después tomamos a few questions too. Nos quedamos aquí nosotros.
Just give us a moment. We're going to move this out of the way, and thank you very much. They're all mic'd up.
Mucho, my friend.
ay, canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. de mis pesares, ojos de papel volando, negrita de mis pesares, ojos de papel volando, a todos diles que sí, pero no le digas cuando así me dijiste a mí, por eso vivo penando. Esa mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que le traje desde ti. Cuando me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que le traje desde ti. Gracias.